Let me get you in here.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're ready.
Hey, the ARPB meeting is called to order. Got a roll call, please.
Mr. Roach.
Here.
Mrs. Power.
Here.
Mrs. Orthwine.
Here.
Mr. Smith.
Here.
Acting Chairman Doherty.
Here.
Also present and participating are Assistant Town Attorney Nazaro, Town Manager Greg Dunham, and myself. Absent with notice is Mr. Lyons. And now we need to do our annual organization.
Yes, we do. So we need to appoint a chairman.
That will be the April meeting.
Oh, okay.
That-
April meeting.
Sorry, the annual reorganization meeting of the ARPB is in April. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
So we will put that on the agenda as an item for the April meeting.
Okay, thank you. Very good, because that kind of caught us off guard. Look at Renee.
Caught me off guard.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to review the minutes? Do you have any thoughts or changes? If no, can we get a motion to approve?
I move that we approved as presented.
And I'll second.
Mr. Roach.
Yes.
Mrs. Power.
Yes.
Mrs. Orthwine.
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes,
Acting Chairman Doherty.
Yes. Okay, are there any additions, withdrawals, deferrals, arrangement of agenda items for today? Doesn't look
No,
like
sir.
there are any. No?
No, sir.
Okay, you'll see the next meeting date, April 24th, and it goes into May, June, July, no August. Please make a note of all those. Now we can begin the public hearing. Has anyone had any ex parte communication here on this board? All right, thank you. Anyone going to be testifying? Give the oath, Renee, please.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, to help you God.
Okay, this is our first application for the Levines, I believe.
You go ahead. They have it in front of them.
Oh, okay.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, so we have a presentation we're going to put up on the screen as well. My name's Abi Canthan. I'm the agent for the Levines. I'm also the architect. So this particular project was going to be an addition to the house. And I guess when we start, we can put it up. All right, so we see this is going to be the proposed rendering of the house. We see, just things like that. If we go to the next slide, where it's located. So it's the satellite view of the house. It shows us where it's actually located. It's 1555 North Ocean. There's two properties that are similar in style to the north and south of this property. The type of style that we're using is this Mediterranean revival style. If we go to the next slide, it tells us what that is.
Well, for some reason it's not moving. Just keep going. I'll get to you.
Okay, I don't have it in front of me, so it's hard for me to explain it. But if you guys have it in front of you, it explains what's on that style. It's like the barrel roofs, the stucco. We're probably all familiar with that.
Sorry, technical issues.
I guess how can I? If you at the very bottom of the screen, there's a little way to present it. with that little this little button right here.
I know what the button is.
Yeah.
It's just not working. It's
Oh,
not,
okay.
it's not going to my,
Oh,
try it.
there it goes. Okay, so yeah, we see how this is the type of style. It's terracotta, masonry, very similar to even the Gulfstream Golf Club, that type of style. So we're matching that type of architecture with the addition. On the next slide, we'll see some more about this. So this is what the existing house looks like. There's a courtyard where they currently park their cars. What we're doing is proposing to take the roof off of the courtyard, take the roof off of this area right here, and then take the roof off of the existing garage and then go up. And we're matching the same heights and everything as the existing house. So these are the types of styles that we have. You know, there's fountains, there's patios. We're not really changing the architecture, just adding square footage. So on the next slide, we'll see some more. So these are the existing elements of the house. That's the frontage on the left, about how the house looks from the front. On the right, that's the fountain that's currently at the rear of the courtyard. Down below, we have the existing roof lines, so you can see the pitch of the roof, the barrel tile, and that existing arcade courtyard that's currently there. And on our next slide, so this is the proposed front of the addition. You notice that the courtyard is now taking out, and the garage, which was on the left side, has gotten taller with a larger door. So we now have a 5-car garage as well as an overhanging balcony to match the current balconies that are overhanging on the house. Same window elements, same arches, same barrel tile, same roof pitches, same everything. We did another rendering from the front, so you can see how that looks on the next slide. You'll see how we try to avoid having just a flat wall. So we kept that same design element that's there right now on the frontage with the 3 windows that are currently on the existing house. We matched it on the addition. All right, and so those are the renderings. The slides after this just show the floor plans if you wanted to see those, or we can just look at it in front of you. It might be easier this way, but these are the floor plans and elevations of the house, or of the addition that we're proposing. All right.
And we confirmed that the square footage, it's pretty tight on the square footage. Is it, we okay on square footage, Trey? Just stays just under.
Yes, we went back and forth on this issue. There was a misstatement on a previous application from a number of years ago that Rita Taylor had reviewed, which indicated that it was actually significantly more. So we came to the 12,390 maximum permitted, and this is still underneath that.
I don't want to hog the show. Can I ask another question?
Please,
Um,
ask away.
Sir, we don't really like 2-story buildings that have a flat face, and I understand you've added some decorative feature there, but is there any way to put some other type of banding or slight offset or something on the west side and the south side? The north side probably would be concern of the neighbor. Do you have a picture of the north side or a rendering of the north side?
No, we don't.
I mean, I understand you've made an attempt to break up the face of the 2-story, but it's still, to me, it's still a little bit flat wall, 2 stories tall. Same thing with the garage facing on the westmost side of the garage. Is there architecturally anything you could do to break that up a little bit more? A stucco band? Or
Yeah,
something?
maybe we
I
can
mean,
do
I don't
some.
know. Hi, Mrs. Levine. Yeah, how are you today?
I apologize.
No, you're fine.
That's it.
It's not all critical. It's beautiful, but
Gorgeous.
we're not encouraging at all any straight 2-story face.
Okay.
Even with the decorative feature you have on the west side, it's it's like a overhang. Is there a door there? Actually, it's overhanging
Yeah, there is.
into
Yeah.
the garage. I don't know. It's just a question.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can add some banding or things like that. There are other parts of the house that are 2 stories straight up. So Yeah, I mean, we aren't changing too much,
We're
but
fighting that, beginning to fight that now.
Okay.
but yeah.
No, we had a couple, this is not at all an extreme case, but we had one in town that wasn't really acceptable, and it kind of got the whole ball rolling on that. I don't mean you need to offset the thing 4 feet or something like that, but possibly some decorative banding at what would be separate the first and the second floor.
okay, yeah, maybe we can do them.
Suggestion what that would be, just stucco or, you know,
Maybe just, yeah, a band of.
you know.
Going to the north and
stucco
south, maybe from the
banding.
roof line.
Yeah, that's
We have a
all.
lot of banding around the house, so I'm sure we could take off from
Yeah,
that.
it's a
But
beautiful,
that-
it's a beautiful addition. It's just that the only walls people are, well, they're gonna see these 2 walls that you're showing. I don't remember what the north side looks like. It's probably,
kinda just flat,
Yeah, it's just a flat. Yeah.
all flat wall.
are you
A lot of landscape.
densely landscaped on the north side?
Very densely landscaped. It's part of our requirement that we have to keep a big landscape. I guess from the previous owners before Julian's. So if you look at the picture, it's just really dense. You can't see their house or theirs, ours.
When was the house built? Do you recall? When was it built roughly?
25 years ago.
Yeah, 2001.
You weren't the architect, were you?
Not for the house, no.
No. Okay.
That's my only question. Thank you.
No, welcome.
Yeah, and the north side has those sliding glass doors in the back of it.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, that,
I think that breaks it up.
yeah,
more.
that
Yeah.
breaks it up quite a bit.
And we can
And-
put
and
banding,
also, I mean, the
banding
house-
around the doors.
The house is way back
Yeah.
and really isn't seen by anybody else, I don't believe, is it?
Yeah. No.
We have a small path that walks to the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but that's about it, and very heavy landscaping. It's not being touched at all.
An important feature too, that fountain that's there, we're not taking that out.
Right.
We designed it so that when you open up the garage doors, you can see the fountain when you're pulling your car in. So that's why we have those sliding doors and windows and things like that.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
It also gives us access, to the back. So we opened up the courtyard, we opened up the garage doors, and all you see is the fountain lit up, and that's on the north side.
I don't have any other questions. Could you do something like that? I mean,
Yeah, we can add some banding or even a material change or something to match. There are material changes on other parts of the house, like might be stucco or stone or something, but just separating that wall horizontally, even with the band or material changes, would that be sufficient for the board?
Maybe around the glass doors, because the doors are the sliding doors, and that breaks out.
on the back, on the north side?
Yeah.
on the north side.
Yeah, it would,
I think that would help.
it would help, just something
Be a
to
nice
break
touch.
it up a little.
Okay.
And over the 2-car garage on the front too, obviously, there's plenty
Yeah.
of penetration there otherwise.
What we could do is on the bottom of the balcony, wherever that ties in, we can run like a 6 or 8 inch stucco band around the whole.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be something.
I like that.
Well, I think it's a good suggestion. If there aren't any more questions, would anybody like to make a motion to approve with these minor adjustments?
We have a,
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve a level 2 architectural site plan to permit a 2,001 square foot addition, including expansion of the existing garage and a new second floor guest suite above the expanded garage.
I second.
Oh, to include,
Oh,
to include the architectural change of
include
banding.
a banding on the, distinguishing the first from the second floor.
Create hierarchy between the two.
I second.
Okay,
Mr. Roach,
yes.
Mrs. Power,
Yeah.
Mrs. Orthwine,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes,
Acting Chairman Doherty.
Yes.
looks nice.
That was
Yeah.
easy enough.
Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful.
Great.
Lucky
Car garage that could hardly fit 2 cars.
Oh.
It's so awkward.
A lucky caretaker, it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
yeah, I'd move in there.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, are we
I just called them. That's what I
Oh.
was doing. Sorry.
Okay.
She was stuck in traffic. She's about 5 minutes away. So I don't know if we want to adjourn and then come back or if we just want to mute the mics. What do you want to do?
There's a lot of traffic.
Thank you.
It was under construction, so.
Oh, okay. That's,
It's 2 minutes away and I was like stuck there. Thank you all very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was good seeing you.
Do we have something like that come back to meeting still? Do we have something that come back so that you see, that we see revised drawings?
Yeah, so we'll just look at it when it comes in for permitting and make sure that it's consistent with what we talked
so
about.
you make notes right now and you're in your file. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Can we go ahead and you can start with this?
No, they need to, they have the right to hear.
They actually need to
Uh,
make a presentation.
Given that staff has recommended denial of this application, I think that it's prudent to wait for any discussion until they're here. You know, myself, Greg, and Renee are happy to kill time. I can soft shoe,
Yeah.
or we can talk about you know what we're doing in town. We did approve our overlay district for the core. I think it's the core district. Oh, let's see. Here we go.
Neighborhoods.
The neighborhood character preservation overlay district. So going with the nomenclature that is very long, however accurate, North Ocean Boulevard Overlay District. We have a similarly long name for our overlay district in the course. That will be very exciting, and we will start seeing applications that will need to adhere to that criteria when we do have redevelopment in that area. So that's that's pretty exciting and really something that took a lot of work from this board here and those who volunteered their time to be on the committee. So that's something that's really nice.
See if it works, right? Is there anything by staff or board members we can do those, or they all know?
So nothing by staff. Greg, did you have anything to add?
No, unless you want to hear about the
Phase two?
CIP project in the core. They're still in phase one,
Okay.
and they would like to move to phase two,
But you won't let
but
them.
we won't let them
Right.
because
They're going to move. They're never going to get to
that's
it.
right. There are things that they need to finish in phase one, and I don't
You
think
lose all your leverage.
that's right.
Yeah.
So we're not going to let them do that. I anticipate maybe starting on phase two. I mean, this is always dangerous to do, but maybe in a month or 2 months. So, yeah.
What is this causing most of it? Is it the valley gutters maybe, or the connection to the driveway?
No, I mean, the restoration of the grass and the irrigation and the driveways is pretty much done, but they had some issues with a pipe that had collapsed that they needed to put in, and issues with the 48-inch pipe that we had to put in over on
Polo going to the intercoastal.
Right. So that and
A waiting game with the health department.
yeah, and so they're just now getting the as-built to us, and so those are important to put together the package that you need to turn into to the health department.
What about the concrete? There were some concrete issues. Did I read some stress fractures in some of
The valley gutters.
The valley gutters.
There's numerous reasons why you see the cracks and that sort of thing. So, but I think the mixture was good. It's more about the application of it and the preparation of the base under the, but all of those will be replaced. The ones that are the worst and maybe dangerous will be replaced now. Others that have the hairline cracks will be replaced after the second lift of asphalt will be put in.
Yeah, because that'll prevent the tires from crushing.
Correct.
Yeah. That's
She's here.
Oh, okay. All right.
I will need to swear her in.
Okay. Thank you, Renee.
Raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. You're up.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Valeria Quintanilla from Environment Design Group. I'm a landscape architect. And for the past year, I've been working with El Cortijo condominium. It's this condo located on North Ocean Boulevard. You know, they have front ocean view, and also they're connected to the North Ocean overlay district. So can I move to the next one? You can see there for context where it's located. And there's a couple of condos on that area and also some single family homes. So these are some images for your reference of how the condominium looks. We are working into a series of landscape enhancements for this condo. However, this is going to take a little bit of time until we get to that point. But we would like to do something that can significantly benefit the residents in this community in the meantime. Just scroll it down. Okay. That's the existing site plan of the condominium. On the top northwest corner, you can see that there is a trash enclosure that it's tucked into their parking area. Right now, this condominium are facing the issue that whenever the trash is getting picked up or recycling, the truck parks right on the entrance, that it's also their connection into the parking garage for the people who live in this community. This is very inaccessible. It causes a lot of traffic for North Ocean Boulevard. And also it's very unattractive for the whole community. They see this trash enclosure from their front windows every single day. And this is what we're proposing. We would like to tuck it in a little bit more into the landscape, having a pedestrian connection for people who are using it and to dump it out. But we would like to have it serviced through North Ocean Boulevard. This will avoid all the traffic into the building that is causing it, and it also will be faster, because what happened before is the car will park here and people will have to walk it out, and it takes much longer than if it's straight from North Ocean Boulevard. Next one. So zooming it in, I know there's some concerns about how this is going to look from the street. We definitely don't want it to be an ugly access point from the street. We have this wandering path, which allows us to add more planting. So it will help us screen it from every different angle that people are driving through or walking through North Ocean Boulevard. And we don't want to add a lot of concrete for that area either. So what we're proposing is that reinforced lawn. That system it will just look like lawn. You won't see anything from the top. And it's very durable. It's even used for fire truck use. So something as small as like a trash bin will be no problem for that area. Next one. That's an image of reference on the left for what it looks like right now. And then on the right, it's the approximate area where we're locating it. That area is also overgrown landscape, a lot of invasive species. So this is kind of like a way to target that area, enhance it, while we are also relocating this trash enclosure. That's our landscape plan. We're proposing a couple of ligustrum trees, small but multi-trunk, so they have like that wider canopy that it's screening the enclosure, mixed with some shrubs, tallers, like green bottomwood, also green island ficus, and some lady palms for different textures. And on the next image, on next page, you will find the images for the plants. And the next page, you will find the rendering from the street. And the whole idea is that you cannot see it from the street. Those are the ligustrum trees that are multi-trunk, very wide, perfect height for screening that area. And the next page, you will see that it's hidden behind those trees. So since we have that wandering path, it helped us to block different views, and we can add more vegetation if needed for them. And I think that'll be all.
So I have just a sort of a functional question.
Yeah.
Do you all not have a dumpster itself, like a big metal dumpster? You have actual trash bins that are
No,
inside?
sorry. Yeah, there's 2 dumpsters inside and some rollout bins for recycling.
And so you think that the garbage men can come and roll that out through the grass to get to A1A?
To be accessed, yeah, because right now they cannot even access all the way inside for that to be serviced. The walkways are very narrow for the truck to go on.
The trucks stay out on A1A and they wheel the dumpsters out to A1A now? Or does the truck go into the parking lot?
It goes in,
Yeah.
but it doesn't go all the way in to be functional either.
So the guys wheel out the,
Yeah, correct.
and then toss it.
Well,
Is
it's
this the thing that picks it up?
yeah, it's the one with the anchors and
Yeah,
lifting.
okay.
Yeah,
So they would have to, in theory, back up.
correct. Into North Ocean Boulevard whenever they're getting out.
That's what you would anticipate. They would stop and back on this curvy court
Yeah.
that you're proposing. Back up.
Oh, you're saying no.
No.
Well, yeah, this would be like rolling it out to the
Yeah.
point where it can be accessed. And
Okay.
lifted. Yeah.
And that's actual like grass, real grass,
Well,
is what you're proposing in that
Mhm.
right there?
the
It has a
reinforced.
system. Yeah,
Still
it's like a mesh.
Reinforced.
Which-
so that you won't-
Yeah, okay.
It's wet, it's not gonna.
Correct. It's going to be leveled and
Yeah,
all
I mean,
of that.
I've seen that at other places.
Yeah.
Up north.
It's not visible.
really
It's all underneath.
Well, I actually pulled the manufacturer's brochure for
Mhm.
grass too, and it advises against use in areas where braking or turning occur, such as entrances and exits to parking facilities, which this sounds a lot like. So I might be concerned about thinning and yellowing over time and degradation of the grid, which visually would be impactful.
So it won't be driven over. That's if,
Right, but
This-
the wheeling of the
of
big
it.
heavy metal
Mhm.
dumpster, because those are very heavy,
Yeah.
very heavy, especially when they're full.
Mhm.
On a different note, oh, sorry.
Are the trucks going to be on A1A or are they gonna be on that walkway?
They would be on A1A.
That helps.
And they're always
That's
on A1A
terrible
for other.
inconvenience.
Are
You
there
know, it's
any-
gonna halt all the traffic and,
Well, this wouldn't be the only condominium. There's other condominiums that they have the trash outside. So they do that
which
for us.
ones?
It's the one south. I don't know the address, but there's a couple that are south. They
Jamaica
do.
Plan, that's the one, but they have. to
Jamaica
park
Square,
in
yeah,
Queens,
they don't have any place for it. It's right up front. It's
Right,
on
but they
the-
pull, they've got all those parking spaces, and so when those are empty, the trash pulls over. But I think the other buildings, the trash truck pulls in to every one of
in.
the buildings, off A1A.
Like this building.
Correct,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pulls in.
pulls in, gets off the road, because it takes some time
It
to move
does.
those big
Oh, it
dumpsters and
does.
do the
Yeah.
emptying. It's not like just grabbing the bin, dumping and going.
I don't see, other than the aesthetics for the owners, you're kind of shifting the aesthetics of it from the owners of the property to everyone that either lives across the street or is driving along A1A. One of them is me, and there's 3 or 4 of us that live across the street. I think you will see it when you're driving north. I think if you look in there, you're gonna at least see the front of the, I know it'll be enclosed with doors, but you're gonna see it where you don't see anything now at all. So you're gonna go from seeing a nicely landscaped buffer there to seeing the front doors of possibly a storage bin. If I lived in El Portillo, I would think it's a great idea, but I think anybody other than that, I don't see where it's a benefit to anybody else living in the community or across from the property. Is that what it really is? It's an inconvenience to the owners of El Portillo?
It is. It's not just aesthetic, but it blocks the access for all the residents too.
It does what?
It blocks the access for the parking area.
Oh,
Right, but
okay, to the
as
garage.
the only person on the board that lives in an apartment, that happens everywhere.
Mhm.
When the dump truck comes in and you sometimes have to wait 3 minutes,
Mhm.
and that's just life of living in an apartment.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Probably the same happens at your home when they pick up trash.
I think it's really, I think it's well positioned where it is, and I don't see where it's a good thing. Did we hear from, neighbors at all?
We did get complaints from the neighbors after the
Oh.
notices went out.
Oh,
They were not in favor.
that does it for me.
And staff doesn't recommend it either, as you've noticed, right?
And what about the possibility of still tucking it in, even if it's serviced from inside the building? So it's not right in front of the parking area.
I mean, you've got another location you could consider?
We could, but even I was just thinking, even on that same location, could you move 2 or 3 images more?
Which one?
I
Which
think
one do
it's
you
a slide 5 or 6.
1.5? I can't.
Yeah.
This one's a good one. Yeah, that's the best one to look at.
And
One more?
Yeah, one more.
This shows.
Yeah.
If we eliminate this, and it still moves in. It's just away from the street, but it's still tucked in, so it's not in front of the parking area for the community.
That's not clear to me where you're proposing it.
Just what it's there, but eliminating the connection into North Ocean Boulevard.
Oh.
Oh, so you'd still come in from the parking lot of the condominium?
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's just but
Now it's gonna be a wall.
You swing it back in a little bit into the property?
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out, the access, but even pushing it in a little bit inside so we can add more screening, so it's not visible for the people living inside the building.
Can you look up, do you have L 6.0 sheet?
Yeah, I think that's L 6.0.
That's the existing.
Yeah, but I think that what she's saying is that just is a flat front right on the parking lot. One proposal would be to tuck that back
Yeah.
further into that may be more. No A1A access, it would just be tucked back further in.
Correct, yeah.
Well, you sort of like you show on the sheet before on L5, you show that's not the way it is now, I don't think.
No, it's not.
In other words, you would tuck the contained dumpster facility, it would go back into the woods a little more.
Correct. Yeah, but we'll clean it up and make it
Into the landscape.
better.
I think anything that would be not coming off of A1A would be
Agreed.
more acceptable, right?
We would have to be, we're okay with looking potentially at an alternative plan, but not on A1A.
Okay.
So you'd have to come back and bring us detailed
Something else.
plans and show us exactly. We can't make a determination right now with just talking generically.
So we have advertised this and noticed it properly. So what we can do is we can defer it to the next meeting and they can revise to eliminate any entrance off of A1A and give us an idea of what her proposal looks like. We will probably have some landscape disruption in North Ocean, so we'd want to make it clear of record what exactly that is. Is there anything else the board would like to add as far as guidance to the applicant and how to adjust the application for next month's meeting?
I would like to renotice it though. I don't want it. Don't you think?
We have noticed it for this meeting, so we'd be deferring it to next month, and we would not be required to renotice it.
We would not.
I don't know.
So we're not making a motion.
Florida law is a little tricky. We may renotice it just in case.
To be on the safe side, I would like to renotice
And
it.
that's fine. We can do that.
We're not.
So would it be a motion to defer?
Motion to defer it to to a time certain, which is the April 24th meeting.
Yeah, April 24th.
I'll make a motion to defer the plans of the movement of the garbage facility at El Cortillo until more additional plans can be viewed by the ARPB at the next meeting, and to decline an entrance from A1A.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Mr. Roach,
Yes.
Mrs. Power, Mrs. Orthwine,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes,
Acting Chairman Doherty.
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We finished the staff items or any?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great. And any board member discussion?
Well, are we allowed to continue discussion, a little bit of discussion on this issue, or?
They have to be here.
We did,
They have to
we
be
did
here.
close
Okay.
upon the motion and voting, yeah.
You can ask a generic question.
Well, generically, I'd like to ask about the idea of having trash facilities on any of the condominiums right off of A1A. I think A1A is a fairly iconic road, and with all of the Australian pines, et cetera, and I think if we open a Pandora's box like that, it could end up being quite a problem.
So in the future, when we have pre-application meetings from anyone representing a condominium, we would indicate that that is essentially a non-starter, and we would have to process it, but we would say that that is not permitted based on.
That's my opinion.
That's consistent with staff's reading of the North Ocean Boulevard overlay district. I mean, we do have an existing trash enclosure at the timeshare that is right there, but once you get deeper into town, it is a lot more vegetation and all of that. So so that's a pre-existing,
This timeshare
the
closer.
timeshare right across the street here. Yeah. And that's certainly nothing that we want to encourage in our town.
So, go ahead.
Would the pathway be considered an additional driveway cut?
So because they're not actually using it for access, like they're not actually driving on it, I think that we would probably not apply that. But I know there are, when we do have houses coming off of A1A, there is only one driveway cut, so there's no circular driveways and things like that, even in very large properties. But no, I don't think so. Just because it wasn't really for access. But as far as the traffic, concern goes, I think that you guys are absolutely right that there's an increase in traffic on A1A, even if you're allowing the person in the condominium to get in and out. And if they are getting out and the trash truck is on the road, they still are inconvenienced. So, I think that they were looking for a solution that didn't really exist with that particular item. So,
Well, she had Plan B pretty ready to offer up. It seems like. Any other questions or thoughts? Very good. Thank you, Curtis. I guess we'll adjourn the meeting.
all right. Thank you.